So to make these little pocket clips with our little tag, and it has a little pocket for your card, we are going to start with our 3x3 papers, and you are just going to fold them in half with the colored part on the outside. And you either want to get them to match up perfectly, or if you can't get them to match up perfectly, it'd be better to have like the white line showing in the back. Excuse me, y'all. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and just use my nails to crease that. Where is my phone folder? If I can find it. There it is. And just grab my little mat so we don't, there we go. That's better. All right, so you've got it folded in half, and then you're going to fold it in thirds. If you don't get it perfectly even, it's no big deal. These are pretty, I mean, like, you can't do it harm, if that makes sense. Like, if it's not perfect, it's fine. All right, so now we have our crease lines for where we folded in third. We are going to fold down this point down to that line and crease that. And then we're going to do the same on this side. And you just want to make sure you don't fold it past your crease line, because then you'll have like weird extra paper in there. All right, so now we have all of our little folds, and you do want to figure out which side, like if one side ended up short and doesn't go like all the way to the edge, you want to make that your under page. I'm going to tuck that one under because I kind of made that one crooked. And then this will be our outer. But before we start making the pocket, we're going to open this back up. Now that we have all of our little crease lines. And we are going to put the paper clip on. And I like to put the smaller end of the paper clip on the inside. And the larger part on the back. And then you want to try to center it. And the paper clips that I included, they are all black, but they are the ones that are like rubber coated. Oh, did we get another raid? Hold on a sec. I'm all focusing on what I'm doing. Let me scroll back up here. Hi, Melinda's Creations. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in, everybody. You have just joined the Atelier Artesian demo train. Let me start another Gibby, and if y'all aren't following Melinda, go ahead and follow her. So I'm going to start that running, and we'll do another one of our little pocket clips, which is what we are making right now. They're a little mini clip with a little journaling card in there, so that'll be for our Gibby. This is the best train. I always learn so much. All right, so I was saying these are the rubber coated ones. I like using them because I've used just the plain metal ones sometimes, and I usually hot glue mine in, and the metal ones can slide back out of the hot glue because hot glue and metal don't really get along. All right, so the paper isn't really thick, so you do want to be careful when you go to squish it down. And I kind of just put a little bit around the clip and then in the middle of the clip because mostly we just don't want it sliding out. And then we're going to fold that back down and push it down and kind of just make sure it seals on either side of that paper clip. If your paper clips are really cold, it'll dry really fast. Oop. Okay. All right, so now we've got our paper clip attached. So we are going to refold down our little flaps. And then I'm going to remember which one was going to be our inside one. I think this one was our inside. And this was going to be our outside. So let me grab my glue. All right, so for the one that is going to be your inside clip, you only want to put glue along the bottom. So you only want to put it right here on this little part. And then you can also, sometimes I like to put a little dot on this little part just so that getting the little mini card in and out doesn't have anything to catch on. And so then we'll fold that over. And then on the part that's going to be our top flap, I'm going to go across. Sorry, all my hands are shaky today. It's been a long day. You're going to curl across the bottom and the side. And then I like to do about half of the bottom of the point. You don't want to go all the way in because then you might get glue stuck on that side and mess up your little pocket, because I've done that on a few. And then we're going to match that up to close. I'm going to hold that for just a moment. I'm going to look for my other piece because I want to distress these with black. All right. And then depending on which color kit, and if you want to distress, you can distress however much you want, whichever color you like. I'm trying to make some dark ones because I need more little doodads to put inside of my Dark Alice in Wonderland journal for the Battle of the Junk journals. These will be going in there. I'll probably be adding some clip arts to it. All right. So we've got the main part of the little pocket done. The next thing I am going to do is grab some of my paper. I'm going to get rid of the sides. I want blank sides. And y'all, I couldn't even tell you what book your book pages are from. I just have different innards of books sitting on a table. If there's particular books, I keep track of them, but when it's just a random book that I liked its cover, I have no idea what it is once it becomes part of the book graveyard. That makes sense. All right. So I'm also going to distress around my little piece of paper. Right, and then I'm going to attach my little heart right in there. I'm going to kind of give it a crooked little thing. Oh, thank you guys for your purchases. And, who's won the giveaway? Let's see. Tina! So, Tina, you'll have a little example from the Tan and Brown kit coming out to you. Oh, and look, a few of you guys unlocked Bronze School, so you've got a coupon up at the top up there. All right, and then our PET tape. It does have random words. If you like the PET tape, it has different random words. I do sell the PET tape by itself as well, but I just included it in the set because the little florals work so perfectly to not be too tall. Because I didn't want, some of my PET tape florals, they're really, there's a lot of big flowers on it, and it wouldn't work on such a tiny little pocket. Oh, you're welcome, Tina. All right. And then you just cut yourself a little section of PET tape, and it's decorated. And then we're going to grab our coordinating cardstock. Where are my bigger scissors? So I can attempt to cut in a straight line. Maybe. I was in the middle of packing orders, and then I realized what time it was, and I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't prep kits. So then I did a mad dash. Alright, so I'm gonna estimate what size will fit in my pocket. And you can make it, you know, as tall or as skinny as you would like. Oh, thank you for your purchase. Oh, I made it a little too big. And there we go. We've made a tiny little pocket that you can add on to any little spot in your journals. And then you can add some little doodads to your little journaling card in there. All right, so I'm gonna do another one of these real quick for those of y'all that came in a little later. Or actually, before I start another one, let me show y'all the colors. That way, if you weren't here when I showed them in the beginning. So the kit we were just using is my black and gray. So every kit has a sheet of paper. This one has black cardstock to make the tags. And then you get like 5 different random patterns of little 3x3 papers. And if I can sort these all out, there we go. So there's 5 different colors of paper in there. And then the black and gray kit comes with this PET tape, and one side is red and black and the other is like a fall color. Your blue comes with 5 different blue shades, and then this cute little blue, it has 2 different types of blue. One's a darker and one's a lighter. And then it'll come with a blue cardstock in it to make your tags. And then this is the tan and brown set. So you get 5 different sheets that are like tan or vintage style paper. And then one side is a brown and white, and the other side is more of an orange and brown poly look. Your purple has 5 different purple sheets. Oh, and the brown and tan will come with like some kind of vintage tan looking cardstock to make your tags. Your purple has 5 different purple shades, and then one side is a dark purple and the other is a lighter themed purple, and that'll come with some purple cardstock. And your pink and white has 5 different pinks, and then this little white and kind of slightly pink PET tape, and then it'll come with some pink cardstock in there. And the listing, as long as I did it right, fingers crossed, should let you choose the color scheme you would like. So I'm going to make one more of these, and then I am going to pull out the demo that I did yesterday. So if anybody is interested in a kit for that one, y'all can get that one as well. It does, okay, cool. Like, I have to do this. I used to be able to set up variants in Buy It Now listings so easily. And now I have to like start the listing on my phone where it'll only let me put 2 variants. And then I have to go to my computer to add the rest of the variants. And like sometimes it gets all messed up and they all disappear. I don't know. Whatnot's weird. All right, so we folded in half with the color out. And then we're going to fold across in thirds. It starts out as a 3 inch by 3 inch piece of paper. All right. And then we're going to fold in, you're welcome, we're going to fold in these little corners from the top, and you want to meet your fold line, or at least not cross it. Because if you cross it, you'll get some extra paper bulk in there. And I'm going to fold this one down the same. And so y'all see an example of when you don't, that it'll still work even if you don't do the tri-fold easily, because this one's way bigger than this one. It's like that one only goes in that far, so that'll be our under one. And I'll make that our over. Alright, so then we're going to open this back up and grab one of our paper clips. And the kits do even come with the paper clips, if I forgot to say that. Alright, so I put the shorter end on the inside, and then you want to center it on that middle 3-part section. And then I hot glue that little sucker into place. I just make sure I get some on the outside and some on the inside. and they don't usually slip around. And then just be careful of squishing down onto that hot glue, because it's not a cardstock, it is a little paper. I tried making them with cardstock and it was too bulky. It didn't look as dainty and cute. Alright, so then we're going to fold our little points back down. So our one that's going to be our inside, I'm going to glue our little flap down. And then only do a line of glue at the bottom. And then I'm going to hold that while I put glue over here. So the one that's our top, you want to put along the bottom and the side. And then I do the first half of this folded over part, like the half closest to the edge out here. This is a lovely day for my hands to be really shaky. Okay, and we're going to hold that for just a moment. Hi everybody that's joined us. P. Dizzle and Eula, Tina, Barbara, Sandy, thank y'all for joining us. Alright, I'm going to distress this little guy very quickly. And you can also, distress it beforehand. But, I mean, I'm not too picky about my distressing, so I kind of just throw it on there at some point. Alright, so while that is drying a little bit, we're going to grab a little piece of book page. A little glue. And then I'm going to clip some of this PET tape that comes in your kit. And try to make it like the length or the width. I guess it's width. There's that. And then we'll clip a little card for the pocket. Well, that one's kind of really, really tall. We're going to make that a little shorter. Alright. And then there we have it. We have our mini little clip that you can clip it into somewhere. And it's got a little pocket for its mini little card. Just a cute little fun, quick little add-on you can make for your journals.